Hey, you guys, I just wanted to come on here today and share all about the business opportunity that Young Living is. Um, I will just start this by saying that I was definitely, without a doubt, the least likely person to start this business. I had every wall up that existed. I was not hippie or crunchy or into oils, if I'm being completely honest. Had never used an oil and legit thought that they were like very strange. It's like, you're telling me I'm going to put this on my body and it's going to do something? Like, joke's on you. And have now gotten to a place where I relentlessly share about oils and the business because I really truly believe that nothing has or ever will change my life more than this business. And I share about it not because I am looking for my own growth or looking for, any sort of validation. I share about this because I believe in it. I'm passionate about it. And I believe that other people need to hear about this. This is not an everyday opportunity, and so many people write this off too quickly. So I'm just going to share my story with you guys. I'm going to share just what I've learned and why I think that you need to consider this, honestly. But I want to start off with like a little mindset shift analogy situation for you. So think about if you have, if maybe you've had kids. I have 5 kids. Our oldest is 8 and our youngest is 1. And so we've done a lot of baby food in 8 years. And you think about like when you feed your baby for the first time, maybe they're 4 or 5, 6, 7 months after the 5th, like it's fine. You can just have breast milk for the first however long of your life, right? Anyways, and when you feed them for the first time, maybe you're giving them mashed up avocado, or let's just call it mashed peas, okay? And you are giving them like pureed peas, and they are like, this is legit. Like, this is so good. Oh my gosh, like, what have I been doing with my life? I've been drinking breast milk when I could be having mashed peas, right? And they're so into it and they think it's great. And then you might be out doing something and you expose them to, let's just say, French fries. And they're like, the hell with the mashed peas? Like, where have these amazing French fries been my entire life? Like, these are legit. I am not going back to eating mashed peas. Like, give me the French fries. That is what this business is. Like, this is, sorry, my desk is wiggling. This is the French fries, you guys. This is like the good stuff. And so often, like, we only expose ourselves to certain things and we think that that's great, or we think, hey, this is going to work for me. Like, I'll survive off of this, or, this is great, until we experience like a new bliss. We experience something that is like so much better that we could have never even imagined. There's not a whole lot of 6-month-olds that are like, sorry, mom, like, I don't eat this. I'm going to take this. No, they're going to eat what they're given. And all they know is mashed up pureed peas, right? Until you give them the French fries, and then they're going to want the good stuff. And so it's really important for you to understand that, like, while this is like a very new opportunity, or it feels like, you might have some stigmas about it, or it feels like the unknown, or you might be judged or whatever. This is a new bliss that you haven't experienced. This is something new that is going to blow your mind. Like, it is going to open your eyes up to a whole new world of community and personal growth and financial freedom, and just a bigger why, a bigger purpose, something outside of yourself that you just didn't realize existed. You just have to be willing to try it. You have to be willing to eat the fry, essentially. And you will look back and be like, why have I not been doing this longer? Why didn't I start sooner? So I really encourage you, if you're in that position, just come listen to this with an open mind and thinking to yourself that you just haven't, like, you don't know enough to make a judgment call about it. And the fact that you're here and listening to this is the first step. And so that is super exciting. And I am pumped that you're here. I'm grateful for your time and honored that you are listening to me, honestly. And so I hopefully you'll come away with this learning something, but also maybe being willing to step outside of your comfort zone and make that change and just try. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Okay? Nothing to lose, everything to gain. So I just want to tell you my story and my awesome sports bra, because who doesn't wear sports bras like under rompers? Mom life. Okay, so I want to kind of tell you my story, how I got started in this business, and ask you a few questions. So I've been using oils for almost 3 years. I started using oils like for a completely unrelated thing to the business. We had hand, foot, and mouth disease in our in our family. And then when I was 39 weeks pregnant with our fourth baby, and I was desperate. So many people get oils or fall into this because they are desperate. We're willing to pretty much do anything when we get to that place of like need, and like it doesn't matter what it is, I'll try it. Like if it's for me, I was like so not crunchy, so not into like natural products, basically because I didn't know any different, wasn't exposed to it, was eating peas, and was like, I will try anything. Like we've got to get rid of hand, foot, mouth disease before we bring our new baby home next week. Like that would be a nightmare and all this stuff. And so a close friend of mine, Jessica Garvin, she saw me post about it. Of course, I shared about it on Instagram stories. This was years ago, and was like, hey, I have used oils for this before. Like, why don't you get a kit and like try it? And I was like, I'm good. I'm fine. And she's like, no, really. And I was like, okay, I'm desperate. Like, I'll do whatever it takes. Send me the link. I'll buy the kit. Like, I'm desperate. I'll do it. And so I bought the oils, and spoiler alert, they worked. And I was like, that was such a fluke. And they worked. And she then messaged me a week later or something like that, was like, hey, why are you not doing this business with me? Like, this oils business is incredible. And I kind of laughed, and I was like, no, I don't sell things. Like I could never sell something. That's just not my style. Like I don't even use these products, whatever. Just backstory. I had been in like the online space for, at the time, I don't know, a few years, like less, just like the better part of 10 years probably. And was really like skeptical, but also so I had a t-shirt shop on Etsy. I had a successful Etsy shop. I made an income from it. I needed to work for our family, but I was not willing to leave my kids. Like I always joked, I'd put myself on a street corner before I had to like go in and leave my kids to go to work. Like that was just not something that I was willing to do. And so I knew that I had to like get creative and work from home a little bit, but I also always have been like, I always have wanted to work or do something like with a purpose or just feel creative. Like I have a bachelor's of fine arts. I'm like a designer, creative by nature, and just always wanted to do something. But so with my t-shirt shop, like I was doing it, but like you guys, I was up till 1 a.m. packaging t-shirts. Like it was a lot of work, and the income that I made from it was enough, but it wasn't something that had an upswing. Like it wasn't like, oh my gosh, if I keep doing this, like this is going to really pay off long term. It was like, if I keep doing this, like, yay, I can grind for the next 10 years and make, $1,000 a month or whatever I was making on my t-shirts. But again, it was a creative outlet for me, and it was just something that I had just established, and this is, I guess, what I'm doing now. And so when she reached out to me at that point, like I didn't feel like I necessarily needed something as much as I felt like creatively I was really burned out. I was really felt like, how am I going to maintain like a t-shirt shop with 4 kids at home, and like feeling like, a little bit stressed about that, feeling like tired of making mama and mini t-shirts. Like I just was like bored, creatively bored, not bored. Hello, 4 kids. I wasn't bored that way, but creatively I was just burnt out and bored and felt like I needed something. And so anyway, she responded to, she said this, and she's responded, she's like, nobody wants to sell anything. Like, that's not what we do. Like, we help people. We share our stories, we, document our lives, and we just basically like offer hope and support for people when they have a need, like exactly A to B, right? Like I have a need, I'm desperate. Like I can't have hand, foot, and mouth disease in my house. And she had a solution for me, and that was it. Like that way, I never felt like she was selling me anything. And so I said, okay, like, well, what's the deal with this business? Cause then I started thinking like, what, she's like, she said, well, it's, it's great. It's really fun. It's this, that, and the other thing. Like there's community and all this stuff. And I was like, well, let me talk to my husband and like, let you know. And I was like, but wait a second. Do people actually make money doing this? Cause I was like, okay, listen, like I have a blooming t-shirt shop. I'm fine. Like I don't. And she's like, well, here's like the income disclosure, which you can find if you go to youngliving.com/IDS, income disclosure, something, income disclosure, something, statement. And she was like, here's the deal. Here's the income disclosure. My last paycheck was $20,000. And I was like, I'm sorry, for the year. And she's like, no, 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 the month. And I could not believe it. I was like, are you like, but are other people making this kind of money? She's like, yes, like our team is incredible, like all this stuff. So I was like, let me talk to my husband and let you know. And so I talked to Colin, my husband. He was a medical device sales rep at the time and really like into sales and just, knew something about it. I knew nothing about sales. You guys, I had like an Etsy shop, right? And was not a salesperson. And he was like, it's all about relationship and trust. Like, do you trust her? Like, is this somebody that you trust? Is this somebody that like you feel like is going to steer you in the right direction? And I remember thinking and realizing that like, yeah, like I trusted Jessica enough to know that like she wasn't going to reach out to me about some bogus opportunity. She wasn't going to reach out to me because she was trying to make a profit off of me or a quick buck. Like it was not like I had a relationship with her. We texted and talked and all this stuff. And so I felt like, yeah, I trust her. Like, I guess I'm going to just try this because I trust her and her, like what she does. And I'm just going to go out on a leap here, take a leap of faith basically and try this. So I texted her back and she was, I was like, okay, I'm in, like, just tell me what I have to do. I don't even like literally no idea what the hell I was doing. And ordered like a box of oils and signed up for Essential Rewards, which is like basically what Young Living says is like our requirement to do the business. It's $100 a month for you to buy your own products. So you spend $100 on your products that you would normally buy at like Target or Amazon or wherever, your dish soap and your makeup and your oils and your kids soap and whatever, everything. Young Living has everything. So I ordered this box and I remember coming in the mail and I'm like, the hell did I just sign up for? Like, I don't even know what these products are. Like, it was just a box of stuff. But I, in the meantime, had been plugged into a community on Facebook. So it was like they had a Facebook group and they plugged me into it and there was like a mentorship and all of these videos. And I just having like that mindset of like, okay, I want to be successful. I want to like that entrepreneur mindset, I guess, while still realizing that like, okay, I want to stay home, right? I started to watch like the videos in this group and dive into the community a little bit. And you guys, I'm not lying when I say that my mind was literally blown. I went from eating mashed up pureed peas straight to bomb ass French fries. There is nothing I could ever say to tell you like how life-changing this business is. And it's not about sales. It's not about, climbing up this or multi-level this or network that like this business will change your life in so many ways. And I very vividly remember like getting into these Facebook groups and watching people's videos, and realizing like that, there was people that had come before me and were doing this and having success with it. And it wasn't just one person making crazy, amazing money from this or having their lives change from this. This was hundreds and hundreds of people. And in these groups, there was resources. People were encouraging. Like when I say that like this culture is different, there's nothing like this online. Like there's just nothing that exists. The Instagram can be catty. The internet can be like blogs, all of it. You name it. It's got like drama attached to its name. This is not that way. Like there is just like there is so much beauty in the culture that exists here. And that was one of the things for me that like I jumped in and I was like, this is the first time that I felt like I have a belonging. I feel like I have a seat at this table. And I feel like I can be successful. Like I feel like I can take this and have like there is an upside to this. I have like the opportunity to achieve something. And I remember like watching these people's stories. So what happens is like people go in there and they share their story or they do a video about like how they hit a certain rank or how they grew their business or a girl just posted in our group last week, like, hey, I just bought my mom a house. Like my mom's been dying to live next to me and she's never been able to afford it. And thanks to this business, like I bought her a house, you guys. And I remember seeing these and inside of me, like I started to believe that this is something that I could accomplish. I started to believe that like, this is for me. This is for the taking, for anybody that's willing to do the work and to put in the time. Anybody can have this. And I really believe that we have like dreams that are stored so deeply in our heart. And sometimes we bury them because we're like, that'll never happen. Yeah, I would love a vacation house, but like my t-shirt shop's not going to pay for that. And my husband sells catheters. Great job, amazing pay, but like it's gonna get us through to retirement, but it's not going to like fulfill our life dreams. And so you end up like just kind of tucking those away and being like, one day, or that would have been fun if I was a millionaire. And I started to realize like, wait, this can like make all of our things happen. And then you start to dream and you start to dream a little bit bigger, and you allow yourself to think those things, and those things drive you and they become your why. And before I knew it, I was like all in, you guys. I was running. I hit the ground and I was like, I will not stop. I will run through a brick wall, burn the boats. There's no plan B for me. Like, this is it. There's you like make this switch where it's like I loved so much what I was doing. I didn't care what people thought. I wasn't concerned with what people were going to think of, me joining multi-level marketing. I knew that there was going to be personal growth that had to happen, and I knew that there was going to be comfort zones that had to be broken open, and all of those things, but it didn't matter because my why, my belief that I could achieve this was so strong, and still is so strong. And it's purely because the community and the encouragement and just the like realizing that like this is for anybody that's willing to do the work. So in some of these things, I have to say, like, I didn't realize that I was lacking community in my life. Like, I was a mom, I had mom friends kind of, but like, you're busy, you have like stuff going on, you're trying to talk over the kids, asking for 700 snacks, and somebody needs their butt wiped. And I just didn't like, I had community, but very different than what I have now. And some of my very best friends are people that I've met in this business, that live all across the country, and they're like-minded women, and they want to be successful as well. But more than that, they want to see other people be successful too. And I didn't like, there's just so many things I was missing. So I want to ask you guys a couple questions. If you feel like, hey, you fall into one of these categories, then I really believe this is for you, and it's yours if you want it. You just have to be willing to take a step of faith and, just step outside of your comfort zone, honestly, and say yes to something. You're going to wish that you had started years ago, truly. The first, I lost my notes. The first thing that I think is really important, is, community. So I talked about this just a second ago briefly, but I really think that so often we kind of just stay in our little bubble or whatever. And the community that this business has to offer is so rich. So if you feel like, hey, I could really use some community, like I could use some more friends, or I just feel like I am lonely, or I'm, not part of something. I don't have, like, I used to feel that way all the time. Like, hey, I'm not going to be like one of these huge bloggers or these huge small shops or these, like I didn't have like, I didn't have a community where I was at that met me where I was at. And that is what this business did for me. It was a community that was instant, and it met me where I was at and encouraged me. And I contribute so much of my success in this business to the community. And also, it's worth noting that you will build your own community because of this. So we have almost 2,000 women on our team now, and that's a community that I've been privileged to build, and feel so honored when anytime somebody joins our community, because it becomes like, it's so special. It's such a special, like, I truly feel like it's a family. So not only will you join an incredible community, but as your business grows and as your team grows, you get the opportunity to build a community. And you have to consider that your yes in this is not just about you. It's going to cascade into thousands of other people that will then say yes because you were brave enough to say yes. You were courageous enough to say yes. So 2,000 people that would not, maybe they would have eventually fallen into oils, a few here and a few there, but like, I look at my team of 2,000 and our culture and our community that we've created online and in person. So many, we've done in-person events, all this stuff, and it's a direct result of me trusting somebody else and saying, yes, I'm going to try this. I'm going to go for this. And so if you're hesitating, spin it and think about it as for other people. Whose life could you affect? Who needs this income? Who needs a community? Who needs some sort of, outlet, creative outlet or whatever? And think about that. And if your yes can be for not just yourself, but for other people, and then it can be much more powerful. The second thing that I think is a really important, something to ask yourself is, do you feel like you are made for more? My dream I remember being like very little and thinking like, all I want in my life is to be a mom. Like that was my dream. Like I wanted to be a mom. And having kids and feeling like, man, I am obsessed with my kids. Like, I love them so much, but I also want to feel productive. I want to feel like I have purpose. I want to feel like I am, doing something bigger than myself. And while kids is part of that, like um, I think that we have to look at ourselves as more. We're built for more than just motherhood. We're built for more than just working for the man. We're built for more. And when we can realize that and think like, hey, I have a bigger purpose, and finding your lane, like if you guys have heard people say like stay in your lane, like I used to like kind of balk at that because I'm like, I don't know what my lane is, like I don't really have a lane, like I've kind of float. This is my lane, you guys. I've found my like passion, and it's not, I'll just be straight up honest, like my passion is not necessarily like, oh my god, my passion is oils, like I'm going to be the oil lady for the rest of my life. My passion is community, my passion is leadership, my passion is finding financial freedom. My passion is like realizing dreams for myself and my family and my community. And so finding that purpose and being able to create a lane in that is just something like an opportunity that this business gives you. And it's really incredible. And then the last thing that I think is really important to think about is financial freedom. And I'll be straight up, I used to think this was like a Dave Ramsey thing. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, do I only have to spend cash? I don't know. Nordstrom credit card. But financial freedom is so much more. This was something that I just didn't really have a concept of until I started like listening to people who had come before me in this business and watching what they had done with the income that this business can provide. And financial freedom is you being willing to work your booty off for, we call this the 4-year career, 4, 5, 6 years. And on the other side of that is residual income, and it's financial freedom. And what that means is this income will continue to come in every single month. Young Living has been around for 25 years and has done this business model, has no intention of changing it. And I will tell you, like, to know that you have residual income is such a feeling of freedom. Like, one of my big whys, like when I started this, I was like, I really want to be able to retire Colin from his medical device job and be able to allow him to pursue his other things. And between him like basically busting his ass and me busting mine, like we were able to retire him from his corporate job, and he now pursues his passion of speaking and being a mindset consultant. And I really think the freedom that that's brought our family. He's not traveling as much for work. He's able to spend more time with the kids. We are able to go on longer vacations. This business is so portable, and it's given us just like so much freedom to do those kinds of things. But also it's given us freedom to pursue dreams that we have. So maybe your dream is, imagine being able to build your dream house. Imagine being able to pay off all of your student loans. Imagine being able to buy your parents a house. Imagine being able to tithe more in 1 month than you've tithed in an entire year. There's so many, everybody's why is a little bit different, and everybody's version of freedom looks a little bit different, but it's not very often that something comes along like this that allows you to pursue those dreams, that allows you that freedom to do those big things. Like, there's nothing more life-giving than to be able to just give freely to somebody and say, hey, like, here, take this. I've got more than I'll ever need. Here, have some of this. That's freedom, you guys. Like, freedom from feeling like you are living, you're living to work and working to live. Like, it's just, it's a rat race. And this business, like, if you're willing to put in the work, if you're willing to believe in yourself and commit to this, and consistently open your doors for business. I mean, you are a business. Then you can have freedom. You will get to a place where you're pushing a car up the hill, you're growing your business, you get to the top of this hill, and you get to coast for the rest of your life. This is willable income, which I think is incredibly powerful. We have 5 kids. And so to know that like this is something that this business is something that we can will to them, gives such peace as a parent. I feel like my kids will be set up because they will continue to make residual income on this business. And there's just not a lot of greater gifts you can give your kids. So for me, it was like, hey, I can run my t-shirt shop and, slave over, packing shirts till 1 a.m. Or I can build something. I can put in all this work right now for the next 4 or 5 years, and that will pay off my entire life and my children's. This is legacy money that you are making. It's so different. If you are on social media and you're getting a campaign or somebody sending you a product to share about, that's a one-time thing. You guys, the work that you put in will continue to pay off every single month. It continues to snowball, and it is insane when you see it start to happen and you start to see my paycheck double every single year. There's not a better job. You're not going to find a job where your paycheck doubles every single year. You start to see your paycheck be more in 1 month than an entire holiday season of t-shirt orders. It's just so powerful to watch that compound and to watch it continue to come. It just continues and grows and happens. It's so amazing. So I think, overall, I just want to get my point. My point is, and the message I want to get across is that this is uncomfortable for everybody that starts. Nobody wants to be salesy. Nobody wants to feel like they are, bugging people or trying to make a profit off of people. We do not come at it like this. We come at this like we are sharing with people. We are serving people. We are bringing hope to people, and we have something that we can help people with. Whether it's the business or the products, people need these things. People need income. They need community. They need purpose. They need freedom. Like, it is so important that we realize this is not just about us. And when we can start this business, the ripple effect will be so much bigger than you. To be part of something that's so much bigger than yourself will do incredible things in your life. So I am, again, honored that you guys chose to listen. I'm so grateful that you were here, and I would really, truly love nothing more than to help you build your business, get started with it, pour into you, mentor you. It's truly like my greatest gift and pleasure in life to be able to bring people into this and watch their brain explode, truly, like, to be like, yes, this is the greatest thing ever, right? Like, I'm telling the truth. Like, this is not me coming on here and being like, hey, let's see how many signups I can get. Like, this is me saying, like, you are missing out. You have nothing to lose and truly, truly everything to gain. And so if I could just encourage you to do one thing, it would just be to take that leap, take that risk, and do it with an open heart and a willingness to work hard. And I promise you that good things will come from it.